And today we will continue our review of teams, some of the major teams playing in this summer's World Cup. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on the South American powerhouses. And today we will be looking at Brazil. Five-time champions Brazil enter this World Cup without the usual buzz that normally surrounds the boys from the island of Samba. And injured Neymar is still their most recognizable name in this squad, with Real Madrid star Vinícius Júnior. Some way behind, Vini is known a lot more for his antics than for his actual goal scoring. If he could actually just settle down and focus on his football, he would be pretty special. But that is still some way off. But the land that for the land of Brazil, the land that produced Garrincha and Pele, Gerson, Tostão, Zico, Socrates, Romario, Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Kaká, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, and Ronaldinho, and so many others. This Brazilian team is very forgettable. And very ironically, this could work in their favor, with expectations not as high as they would normally be for a Brazilian team headed to a World Cup. Carlo Ancelotti, who took over the team in May of 2025, will be on the sideline for the first time in his career as a national team manager. And so this will be his first international tournament, and the lights could not be any brighter. He will actually be on the brightest stage in sports. No bigger tournament than the World Cup, and Ancelotti is going to make his debut on an international tournament at the World Cup. Let's hope that this Brazilian team can illuminate this tournament in a way that will please not just Ancelotti, but the entire nation of Brazil. That completely, totally, absolutely football mad nation of Brazil. But Ancelotti should do well. He has done well at club level. His CV is unrivaled, and he'll be trying to emulate that success with this Brazilian team, which, to be totally honest, will be no easy feat. Because while not adorned with star power of teams of the past, the 2026 edition of this Selecao team does have some recognizable faces, and they do have a degree of quality. You look at their captain Marquinhos, he's fresh off that Champions League win with PSG, and he'll be leading the team. His vice captain in there will be Casemiro. Casemiro is known, his better days are passing, but he has had a fairly good season with Manchester United. Even more importantly, he shares a very good relationship with Carlo Ancelotti from their time at Real Madrid. And Ancelotti will be using him to anchor that midfield. He will be trusting him to hold that midfield together. And that could be critical for how Brazil performs at this World Cup. You also have the likes of Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, Matthias Cunha from Manchester United, Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli, both from Arsenal, and they will appear alongside the likes of Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta, as you may be aware, was at West Ham for a number of years. West Ham was relegated this past season, but he left in January. He returned home and he joined Flamengo, and he has been doing pretty well since returning to Flamengo in January. Also appearing for the Brazilians will be Barcelona star Raphinha, who he has not had the best of seasons. In fact, I think this past season has been his worst season since he has been at Barcelona. But let us see if he can find that magic on the international stage. Let us see if he can find that magic of the World Cup at the World Cup. That is left to be seen. But of all the players going to this World Cup for Brazil, the player a lot of us are quite looking forward to see is Endrick. Endrick, who has been languishing at Real Madrid, went off to Lyon on loan to the French league in January, and he has done extremely well while at Lyon. He has shown exactly what he is capable of, and let us see if Ancelotti gives him a chance to prove himself in this tournament. If he does, and he does play very well, he could see himself breaking through finally into that Real Madrid team for the upcoming season. But we look forward to see Endrick play, and we look forward to seeing what will become of that situation with him, Real Madrid, and possibly his return there, or maybe he goes back out on loan if he doesn't do too well at the World Cup. But we're looking forward to seeing Endrick. As it relates to their fixtures, the Selecao kicks off their campaign in New Jersey against 8th ranked Morocco on June 13th. And this will not be an easy fixture, as the reigning African champions boast a talented team led by PSG star Achraf Hakimi, and they also boast Real Madrid's Brahim Diaz in that lineup. So that is not going to be a particularly easy fixture for Brazil. Morocco has been playing very well over the past couple of years. They made the semifinals in the last World Cup, and will be looking to continue building on what they have done over the last couple of years. So this is going to be a very tricky fixture for Brazil. And let's see how they maneuver themselves through this one. They then follow up Morocco with a game that should pose no problems. That's against Haiti on June the 19th. And they close out their group stage matches in Miami on June 24th when they face Scotland. And let's hope that by the time they play Scotland, they will be in a good position to advance to the second round. We expect Ancelotti and his team to make it past the group stage, but not too much further. This team lacks the firepower, and it will therefore look to win games by grinding them out. And while this may work against Haiti and Scotland, it will simply not be good enough for a deep run in the tournament. And I do expect them to be back in Brazil by the time the quarterfinals kick off. If you disagree, let us know in the comments. If you have anything to add, let us know in the comments. But in the interim, like the video, let us know what you think about Brazil's chances. And until next time, keep playing. Have a good one.